Tell you the craziest story that happened to us while we were in Europe. And it's so crazy because it happened in Saint-Tropez, and you would think that's like the safest place to go because it's so fucking expensive to go there to do anything. It's like insanely expensive. But by the way, the reason why I look like I'm looking up is because I have my phone flipped, and I think I look more like myself when I do that than when the camera is the other way. Anyways, we're in Saint-Tropez. We rented like an Airbnb. We got a really, really nice villa. Obviously, the villa is gated. The first night we go out, we come back, and our gate is completely on the floor. Like someone tried to break it. We get obviously scared. We tell the host, and the host tells us that this is normal. It's from the wind. And we're like, how could the wind knock down a gate? Insane. But because he was so reassuring, he's like, he didn't seem like shocked or frightened or anything, so we let it go. Then the next day we go out, we come back, and we see a huge crack in the upstairs glass, and all the house was like glass, but it's pixie glass, so it's really hard to break that glass. So the second day we have like a huge crack on the glass. We tell the host again, and he's like, it was already there, like that was already there, nothing to worry about, whatever. Now we're getting a little nervous, but we still brush it off because the guy's telling us not to worry. Third day, tell me why, I swear to God, everything happens for a reason. Because that day, every night we would come home as a group, like all of us would come back to the villa together. But that night, everyone was telling us to go somewhere after we already were. And I don't know, for some reason, I was telling John, no, like, let's just Uber and go back to the villa. I'll change, get in comfy clothes, then we can go, whatever, you know? And if we didn't do that, if we didn't go, this would have went completely the other direction. We get there, and John is upstairs, and our room is downstairs. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna make us some food, like, you change, come upstairs, whatever. I go downstairs in our room, and our glass into our bedroom, like, you know, it's all like you open it, like, you know, and you go by the pool, whatever. So it's like sliding doors. Tell me why our pixie glass door was completely shattered. Like, they made a hole that you can literally put your finger through, and there's glass everywhere. They didn't get inside, but they almost did. But because me and John, what we came to realization is that when me and John got there and they heard our Uber pull up, they ran, like they freaked out and they got scared and left. But if we literally got there few minutes after, they would have robbed us completely. So we call the cops, and the cops come, and tell me why these cops come in, and we tell them what happened, and they're like, oh, this is normal here, like, this happened to your neighbors 2 hours ago. I'm like, there's just no way. Mind you, I literally thought Saint-Tropez would be the safest place on earth. I was wrong. That was completely wrong. So we are like, what the fuck? Well, we don't feel safe. They're like, oh, they're not dangerous. They just take everything you have. What? Like, that's literally, like, not okay. So we asked them, we're like, can one of you stay with us overnight so we can sleep, like, and not feel like super freaked out? And they're like, they literally laugh and they say, oh, ha ha ha, like, we have to go to sleep to wake up for work in the morning. And we're like, there's just no way. And then we ended up hiring a security guard that just stayed for the rest of the time, like outside. Whenever we weren't home, he would stay there, and when we're sleeping, he would just stay up. But yeah, that happened to us, and that's the craziest thing I ever thought would happen. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, if you're going to Saint-Tropez, be very careful. Dangerous, apparently.